Good morning, good morning. Today is day 5, the final day of Ride Across the Canaries. Today we're going to be doing a ride around Gomera. It is hilly. I've never been here before. I'm very excited because it's a hilly little island and I've just never been here, and everyone says how nice it is, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's 108k, 3,500 meters. However, it's very windy, so there is a way that I can cut it short if I need to take off about 30 kilometers. I'm gonna see how I get on. Juliet has decided that she's not gonna do today, so she's back in Tenerife. Starting off the day with a 10k climb and a face full of headwind. I'm now on that 20k climb. It's the longest climb of the day. Views of Tenerife and Mount Teide over there. You can just see it just poking out the top. It's mad to think we were up there yesterday and I'm on like a different island looking over it. Right, my impression of Gomera is it's very like rainforesty, tropical. Let's view. Look at that. Ooh. I can't really describe. It just feels so different. Like that climb just then felt like it could be Wales or the lakes or even part of the Alps. And this doesn't feel like the Canaries. It feels more, I don't know, I can't really describe it. It's like, it is a very different place than any of the other ones. It's really nice. Like that climb there, I've never done anything like that on any of the Canary Islands, it was so nice to have something very different. This trip, I have underestimated actually how tough I would find. I think it's not necessarily the riding, I think it's all the other stuff around it, like when you get back and like washing your kit, finding food, getting the food for the next day. I think that is honestly like the toughest part of bikepacking, and like making sure everything's charged. Like that's the kind of like the faff. The riding's fine, it's just that because you never really get that much like downtime to do other stuff like read a book or go for a walk, or because you're riding all day and then it's sorting all the stuff out for the following day. So that's the only thing that, I don't know, maybe do shorter days in future just so that you've got more time. It might be windy, it might be a little bit chilly, and there might be some broken roads, but this place, this little part of it has been the best bit so far. I'm so glad I actually chose to do it, because there was kind of a cut through. This is not quite the beach I had in mind. It's just like, I think that's a runway actually. It's like a little, yeah, I think it's a little airport at the bottom. I was wanting like kind of Blackpool style in the Canaries. I mean, it's nice. There's still a few K to descend, so I'm hoping there's going to be just somewhere for a little Fanta lemon. But I'm just going to sit in here just to get out of the wind for a minute. Look at this. Oh, that's an Audax hotel if ever I saw one. As I mentioned earlier, this trip it's been tougher than I expected it, to be honest. And I think because of the elements as well, like the wind has been particularly bit of a scamp. So in these Ride Across series, I do a segment called Getting to Know Your Garmin, just to be able to pull out some of the best features and things that I really use and rely on in rides, because the thing with Garmin is there's so much stuff that you can do with them, but I think a lot of us don't know that facilities and stuff's in the actual unit. So the main thing that I want to talk about is the training plans, because your Garmin head unit is basically like a coach in itself, like in the unit. And so if you've got an event this year, because I think a lot of people now, you know, are getting into like late summer and wanting to pick events. So for example, if you've got, Fred Whitton's probably a bit earlier now, but if you've got an event later in the summer that you want to train for, if you go on to Garmin Connect and put that event date into the calendar, you can then create a training plan around that to help build you and build your fitness for that specific event, which I think is phenomenal that that's in your thing. It's not an added extra, it's not an additional thing, it's just within your head unit. And so I just think that's so good. I've done it before, it's really helpful. And so you go onto the Garmin Connect, put your date in, then you will get asked like some questions, and then a training plan will be formulated for you, and then it will come up on your head unit. So you will be training with a power meter and a heart rate monitor if you've got one, but you do need the power pedals to be able to train and get all your training zones. And so that I think is a really good feature. So you don't have to pay for a coach. It's all tailored then to you and your needs and your event. Next thing, which I use on these trips so much, there are music controls, and it connects to your phone. And so rather than having to get your phone in and out when you're riding, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that, you can change song and volume on the actual head unit itself, which I think is just genius. Garmin have thought of pretty much everything. And the final thing, which I potentially might have had to have done further back up when I was deciding which way I wanted to go, I could either follow the route or just go directly back home. I don't know really where that is. I just know that there was kind of a cut through. There is a feature, if you just go into navigation and click back to start, you can either click along the same route, so it will take you back. I would definitely not have done that, because it will take you back the same way that you've ridden, or it will take you the most direct route. And that for me just gives me, I don't know, it just gives me like an extra bit of like confidence that I know I can always get home. Also, I want to know your Garmin tips. I'm just going to get that in there. Oh, actually, shall I give you, I always do this. I always pick 3, then I always find an extra added one. But while it's here, I want to show it you. Hang on. This is the mount that I talk about, and just so much. This is just a regular Garmin mount, and this is a Garmin, it's called a quarter turn mount, and it basically just clips on, and I've got my camera attached. But that you can fit to like a GoPro mount, a light, so that fits in there. Clip. Amazing. Just stopped to put my light on for in the tunnel. Just look where I've come from. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, just so nice. Look at it. 21k to go and 5k this climb left. Let's go. I'm about to go to tunnel, so I have to tell you this really quickly. 2 motorbikes have just come past and beeped at me because it was a bit windy. I thought, they're going to tell me it's like windy or something. And they both just like shook a fist to be like, you go, like cheer me on. I was like, that's the nicest thing. Oh, why does that just get me? I think because standing back then, the wind on that little corner was bad. That's really cheered me up. Oh, another tunnel, finally, at the top. Woohoo! Gomera has officially become my hilliest, 90k ride. Look at this. Are you ready? So if you want to come to Gomera, you get ready for some long climbs. 90k, 3,356 meters of elevation. That is more than Thailand. That's more than the toughest 100 climb that I did in Sheffield. All the dales. It's hillier than all of them. However, I don't think it's as hard as all of them because nothing is steep. It's all really steady, gradual. Whereas the one in Thailand was, I think that was, maybe it was 3,200, maybe it was 3,300, but that was tough because there were just loads of short, sharp, stabby, steep climbs, and they just really just zap your energy. Whereas this has just been quite nice, steady, long climbs. Apart from the wind back there, which was pretty, didn't like it. But with climbing, you get the great views. I mean, look at that. I just realised that the route goes back to the ferry port. It's the Grand Tree route. It's so windy. So I do actually need to do the back to start. So navigation, back to start, Most direct route. Let's go. My ferry is over there. I can see it in the distance. So I'm going to go and get that in a minute. Describe La Gomera as I'm going to compare it to. I feel like Gran Canaria and Tenerife are more like Lake District. So everyone knows they're there. Everyone visits there. It's populated. It's quite touristy. Whereas I feel like La Gomera is a bit more like the Yorkshire Dales, a little bit more understated, a little bit more untouched, less touristy, but equally still as beautiful. And that's the other thing that I would say, if you are thinking of coming out to the Canaries, just check the wind, because yeah, I guess towards the end of that yesterday, it was probably a little bit more than I would have liked. As you can see now, it's still windy. But as you've seen, I think that's what's made this trip so tough. Not necessarily the riding or the climbing. For me, it was the weather and just the constant wind. Like, it's so tiring. Thank you to Garmin for sponsoring this video, and also, and I know I always say this, but for making just products that make me feel confident and to be able to do stuff like this, whether I'm with somebody else or on my own. I just feel totally in control of where I'm going, what I'm doing, what to expect, and yeah, they just make great products, and I really just love using them. The final ferry! And now to pack the bike box and get everything home. So I'm in free motion, and they basically emailed them and just said, can you save me a cardboard box? And they have done so, which is very nice. This is my outfit for the airport. It's actually a free motion bag. It's at Desafio La Titanica, the event that I did in Gran Canaria a couple of years ago. Hola! Good day! As always, I don't want to leave. I'm gonna get in this. I want one more little dose of sunshine before I go. Thank you so much. Will do, thank you.